Hi everyone, I'm MaryAnn. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, currently in Singapore, and welcome to day 51 of my 100 day vlog series. Yay, I have finally crossed the 50% mark and I'm now officially past the halfway point. Yay! So if you're like me, if you're someone who has a dream, if you are someone who wants to pursue your passion, who wants to create a meaningful and worthy purpose in your life and wants to go after whatever it is that truly matters to you, but you don't really know how, you don't really know where to get started. I have totally been there. I have spent many years of my life dreaming about the things that I would like to do when I grow up, dreaming of the possibilities that I could pursue and the things that I could create, and then spending a very long time just dreaming and not really doing anything about it until I finally learned what that really takes and what that journey really is all about. And I'm still learning as I go along. So this is a vlog series where I share what I've learned in this journey of pursuing your dream, following what really matters to you, going after your passion, creating a worthy and meaningful purpose for your life, and ultimately doing whatever it is that truly matters to you. So if you have questions about any of these, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can directly message me through any one of my social media links, which are in these write-ups attached to these videos. So the past couple of days, I shared about how our romantic relationships could get in the way of us pursuing our dreams. Like, one way is that we prioritize the relationship to be more important than our dream. So I'm not saying that your dream always has to be more important. I'm just saying that, overall, I guess it needs to be the priority over the relationship, that it is bigger than your romantic relationship. And the other thing is, when we meet someone that is amazing and someone you have been looking for your entire life, it's very easy for us to get comfortable in how great that relationship is going, and thus use that as a justification to not really pursue the thing that really matters to us. Especially if pursuing what really matters to us means that you have to give up this relationship or put it in second place, and then we get worried about losing that person and so on and so forth, and all these different kinds of excuses we tell ourselves and different ways we tell ourselves to not go after the thing that really matters to us. It's human nature, it's very normal. I've done that so many times in my life, and every single time, when I have a moment of clarity, that's when I re-establish my priorities once again to focus on pursuing my dreams and what it is that really matters to me. So when I talk about relationships here, I'm referring to the long-term, settling down, building your life together, being in a committed long relationship type thing, like marriage, like a domestic partnership, whatever that means to you, but basically someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And when it comes to these kinds of relationships, it sometimes is very tricky because you've invested so much time and energy into the relationship. And then in that moment, when you have a choice to make between going after your dream and preserving that relationship, it's very easy for a conflict to arise, because sometimes, it does happen, sometimes that going after one means you have to let go of the other. And that's not a very ideal scenario to be in, and I know that it's a lot more complicated than how I'm sharing here. But what I'm saying today is that it's really important then to find someone who aligns to the same values as you. And I don't mean the values of, hey, let's start a family, hey, let's have kids or not type of values. I mean that if you're someone who really wants to pursue your dream, if you're someone who really wants to make a life around your passion, then going through that journey itself is already going to be so challenging that if you partner with someone who isn't on that path, they may not actually understand what that really is like, and they may not understand what that means when you have to prioritize your dream over the relationship. So I'm just saying, be mindful about who you are choosing to partner with for the long haul, because you have to at least be aligned on that same page. The other thing also is that if you're with someone who doesn't really believe in pursuing their dreams, who believes that they have a very simple life and they're very happy with it, and they like their day job, which they're not that passionate about but it pays them well, they like the lifestyle they have built for themselves and they're very comfortable in that, but you're a person who's like, yeah, I want to go after my dreams, I want to pursue my passion, I really want to do something meaningful and crazy, not necessarily crazy with your life, but crazy to you because it's something you really want, and the journey itself is a little bit crazy at times. And it's kind of like, there's a saying, right? Opposites attract. But in this case, I feel like, okay, you know, for a short-term relationship, you could be with someone like that. But if you're going to partner with someone for the long haul, there is a huge mismatch there. Because chances are you would be a person who wants to take some risk, who wants to, well, or who feels that they have to take some risk in order to go after their dream, who maybe embraces uncertainty, or who has learned to embrace uncertainty, or who is willing to learn to embrace uncertainty. And if your partner is someone who's very comfortable in that stability, in having certainty in their life, you might feel at some point that there would be a disconnect in your relationship and disconnect with each other, because they wouldn't necessarily understand what you have to go through to make your dream come true, and you may not also understand why they are very content staying in that 9 to 5 lifestyle. There is a very strong possibility that, you know, you both could, you know, you could influence this person to really want to start taking action on their dream too. But I'm just saying, don't count on that to happen. Like, if you know that you're getting into a long-term partnership with someone who is very comfortable in their stable and certain and very predictable kind of lifestyle, don't count on you know, you being together with them, that it would change their way of thinking, that they would also start to pursue their dream. So if it's really important for you to be with someone who is like, you know, who's a go-getter, who's someone who is daring to take risk and daring to go after their dreams and take a chance on themselves, then you gotta choose someone who's like that. Of course, there's no right or wrong answer here. It is also possible that you need someone who is stable so that you can go, you know, a bit crazy and do unstable things. I mean, sometimes some relationships, you know, balance each other out in that way. And it's still ultimately up to the two of you to decide how you want to arrange and how you want to agree and align on how your relationship is going to work. So I'm not saying that there is a hard and fast rule here. I'm just saying, be mindful when you choose a long-term partner, what really is important to you, what really matters to you. Because sometimes, you know, when the person that you're with for the long haul has a very comfortable and stable life, and you might be someone who, you know, has some difficulty pushing yourself and going after what you want, it might be easy for you also to get influenced by their thinking and their lifestyle, and then for you to settle into that kind of routine as well and forget about your dream. So ultimately, I would say it's about really getting to know yourself, getting to know what it is that you really want, getting to know what kind of person helps to motivate you or helps to encourage you in your journey or is able to support you in your journey. And even if that person is someone who doesn't want to pursue their dreams, you know, how can you come to an agreement about how your relationship is going to be, especially because if it's for the rest of your life, then, you know, this is a very important decision to make, an important consideration to make. And don't expect that this person would suddenly change and become someone who would go after their dream if that is something that really matters to you. So if you liked today's video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube or follow my Facebook page wherever you are seeing this on. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can directly message me through any one of my social media links, which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. And I'll see you tomorrow.